Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Texans and the Vikings, next on Madden Football.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his second season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them. Is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team? He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to go on offense for the first time, and it's a rookie at the helm, the 10th overall pick back in April out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
And a good start out of the gate. 2 games played, teams at 1-1, and he's played about as well as you expect a rookie quarterback to play. But what's been emphasized on the team and by the head coach, everyone else, raise your level around him and help this young man along.
Up to the 20. The numbers for Jones last week, 25 carries, 104 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. He gets it to Addison. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. This 2nd and 4. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Stroud sets up the play action. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Stroud looking to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing now is Stroud. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The Vikings at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Off the option, it's Jones. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Now McCarthy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Touchdown! Jordan Addison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. That one complete. It's tanked down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have puts it on the ground.
Jordan Addison, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the air with McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
McCarthy off the play fake. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Here's McCarthy. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got him in. It's Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Here's Stroud. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. So his first sack of the game, but CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus. I think they'll use him that way a lot more moving forward.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. This will be fielded at the 17. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting this.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have come back to make it a 2-point game.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And And this is up and good. It brings them within a point now. It's 14-13. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And out now come the Vikings.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. Over the middle and complete to Addison.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. McCarthy operating from the gun.
Hard throw, incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a 1st.
Stroud looking to throw.
That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space.
and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
In motion right, that's Collins. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Stroud. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Now Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here,
and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stroud.
Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing again, McCarthy.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second down and a yard. Here's McCarthy.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
To the air with McCarthy. And he'll
they'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. To the air again, McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
Incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Broncos on top. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton. In that first half, it was the veteran Aaron Jones who had it going. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
And fights him off. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll go again to Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. McCarthy off the play fake.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart. and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's going to be swallowed up as he got forward for maybe a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On play action, McCarthy. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Here's Stroud. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Stroud to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. They'll start out on the ground with Jones.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On play action, now McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Houston set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now it's Mixon running right. Stiff-armed him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
He finds his man, complete. It's Collins. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Man in motion left, that's Collins. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The throwing again is Stroud.
The quick slant caught.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Mixon is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throw left side complete. That's Brown. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And plays like that show why Hockenson continues to be a consistent playmaker here in his 6th year in the NFL. He's finished with over 900 receiving yards in each of the last 2 seasons.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
80 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. Neville Hewitt on the stop.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
J.J. McCarthy
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Stroud out of the gun here. Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
10 more there and another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Eluding the pressure right.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the 1st down.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Mixing up the middle. Gets past him at the 10. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Mixon trying to punch it in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
C.J. Stroud
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense had Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Will Anderson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Looking to throw McCarthy. That one complete to Naylor.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Texans' offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Mixon will try the right side. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
And Stroud now to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Throwing now is Stroud.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Looking deep here from Mechie.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Christian Harris picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Stroud to throw it. That is incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Stroud. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
This ball intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Down the left sideline. And the Vikings are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So it's a win for the Vikings. And it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for Minnesota, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gautin saying so long, everybody.